While I worked for others, I never felt I was being paid what I was worth. I wanted to work for myself, but I didn't know where to start or how to transition from employee to an entrepreneur. This podcast is about giving you the courage to take action, to stop trading your time for money, trading your life for a job that doesn't fulfill you or pay you what you're worth. This podcast is about giving you the tools and courage to work for yourself. Hi, I'm Phil Delozano, an entrepreneur and success coach, and I'm paying it forward by helping others like yourself go from employee to entrepreneur. Anyone starting a business needs a mentor, a coach to navigate to success, someone to push you, mentor you, coach you, and give you the pep talks to get you going. This is your wake-up call. Time to be your own boss. Well, hello, and thank you for tuning into the show. I greatly appreciate it. This week we're going to be talking about something that I talked about a little bit in the past, but I wanted to go back and thank our last two interviews. We interviewed first Brett. Brett brings us a story where throughout all odds, he decided to still become an entrepreneur. And he did what it needed to take to become one. And he's still dealing with that as of right now. So if you need the inspiration to just get going, I would definitely recommend that you listen to the interview with Brett Bain. And he will, that story, that interview will be able to give you the inspiration that you need. The second interview that I want to talk about is with Sydney Wong. Now, a lot of entrepreneurs are at a place where they need funding for their product. And they're trying to figure out what they need to do to get in front of venture capitalists and investors and what they're going to need to bring to the table. Well, Sydney and her group specialize in that in VentureX. They're going to be able to assist you and compare you to other entrepreneurs, and that will be able to guide you and assist you in your quest in getting that funding. For some of those that are not quite ready, it's also a good episode to listen to get yourself ready for that next stage. So keep that in mind. Those are two episodes that just recently happened that I think you're going to find a lot of good use from. Now, what I really want to talk about and what has been chewing me all week is, and I ranted about it and gave you some tough love regarding it, was for all those people that say, I just don't have the time. You know, I put in front of you that you don't have the time because your goal or your goals are just not a priority for you. And you're just not making the time. We went through and showed you how with how many hours there are during a week and how many hours you work and how many hours you sleep and how many hours you eat and commute and how many hours you spend with your family and doing different things, that there are still about 30 hours in a week. And the difference between you and other entrepreneurs is what you decide to do with those hours. Now, there are entrepreneurs that will take that extra time and they will focus that time on their goals. And that's where you need to be. But I understand. It's like, where do I start? Where do I get going on this? How do I implement this? See, the big problem is you're looking at the big picture. You're trying to eat all of the frog in one bite, and you don't have to when it comes to your goals. We understand. You've got a day job. You know, you've got family obligations. You've got obligations to meet to other family members, and you also have social obligations. But you're going to have to make some time for yourself and for your goals. Now, one of the easiest tricks is use your mornings. I know that's hard for some people, but if you were to wake up 30 minutes early and to work on your goals for just 30 minutes, you're going to find that it may be a lot easier for you. There are some people that get up earlier in the morning by 30 minutes. They're well rested. Stay away from the email. Stay away from social media. Don't do your normal habits. If you're starting your day looking at your social media and your email, you're doomed. You're doomed because it's going to take your thoughts away from what you need to do. So mornings, getting up earlier may be an option for you. The other option is use your nights. When maybe everyone else has gone to sleep, take 30 minutes and focus on your goals, focus on your business, focus on what you're trying to accomplish. But somewhere, if you were just to take 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes at night, each night, you're going to get that much closer to your goals. So again, that's the thing. You don't have to do this all in one big chunk. Set small goals for yourself. The other thing is use your commute. For some of you, you can use your commutes to make phone calls if you're in the car. If you're on a train, or even if you're still in the car, you can make phone calls. You can do podcasts. Podcasts are a wonderful way of inspiration to get ideas on how to do your business. What's the next stage of your business? Where do I go for your business? As you're listening to this, that's going to help you there. Also, if you're on the train, you can use that time to read or write while you're on the train. Use that time. So there's a lot of dead time. Instead of you reading the paper and bombarding yourself with all this negative news, instead of you watching videos that aren't going to get you anywhere, instead of watching things that are making other people rich, why not do things that are going to make you rich? It's just a matter of that. It's, again, don't try to chew and bite the frog off in one bite. A little bit at a time. Maybe, one of the easiest ways is to set daily goals for yourself. Set daily quotas, and it just depends on how you take a look at things. So like exercise, let's just use exercise as an example. Instead of saying, hey, I'm going to do 30 minutes of cardio every day, instead, why don't you say to yourself, hey, I'm going to do the best that I can to get to 10,000 steps a day. Okay, so we're taking the time element out of it because it's an obligation, and we're making it a very small way of looking at it, and we're bringing it throughout the day. That's one of the ways. Or instead of saying maybe, I'm going to use 60 minutes to write and to focus on my goals and to go there. Maybe instead of saying the 60 minutes or the 30 minutes, maybe say, listen, I'm going to write 750 words today and towards my goal or towards what I'm doing. There's so many different ways of looking at it. That 750 words is a whole lot easier than the obligation of 30 to 60 minutes per day. So using that excuse, I just don't have the time. You do have the time. You have the time. You just don't know where to find it. And this really isn't a priority, but I really, really want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, well, it's not what you say, it's what you do. And your actions will speak louder than your words. So I can appreciate the fact that you want to be an entrepreneur, but if you're not showing me by your actions that you're doing what it takes to be an entrepreneur, then I'm not going to believe you. So what actions are you taking? So if you're using that excuse, if you're on the fence, I just don't have the time, it's time for a wake-up call. It's time to wake up and make this a priority. No one is coming to knock on your door and hand this to you. So if you're waiting for success to come to you and say, hey, here's for you, it's just not going to happen. Okay? You're not, if you're going to win the lottery, I'm telling you, that's not how it's going to be. Okay? No one's going to hand you the business. You're going to have to go out there and make it for yourself. When you take a look at all the guys like Elon Musk, Gary Vee, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, they worked for it for themselves. They worked on it day and night. They worked on it. They let this consume them. Now, you've got people like Elon Musk that'll say, if you're not working 80 to 100 hours a week, you're just not focusing on your goals. Now, I'm not saying that you need to work 80 hours or 100 hours a week, but the more you work on it now, the less you'll have to work on it later. Okay? You're going to have to put in the time to get the success now. Okay? So I want you to really think about that. If you're saying to yourself, I just don't have the time, no, you just don't want to make the time. So, where are some ideas? Wake up 30 minutes earlier. Stay up 30 minutes later. Use your time on your commute differently than you are now. Whether you're driving, add on to yourself. Or whether you're on the train, or whether you're on the bus, whether you're on public transportation, use that time to advance yourself, even if it's only one step. It's one step further, and it's one step closer. Also, set daily quotas for yourself. But I'm not saying don't put playtime in there. Definitely put some playtime in there, but set daily quotas for yourself. It's another way of redistributing your time. And focusing on your goals and taking small goals towards your bigger goals. So I really appreciate you listening to this. It just bothers me for all of those people that say, listen, I just don't have the time. You do have the time. This is just not a priority to you. And when it becomes a priority to you, that's when you'll find the time to do this. If money wasn't an issue, you would find time. And even if money is an issue, you'll still find the time. So, there's enough time in a week for you to pursue your goals. What are you going to do? Well, this is Phil Delozano. I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day. I'm not going to take much of your time. I am an entrepreneur. I'm paying it forward and trying to serve aspiring entrepreneurs and newer entrepreneurs by giving back to you. So take this time, take this advice, because there's probably no one around you that's going to say, hey, get up off your butt and do what you need to do. I hope you have a great day, and we look forward to you having great success in the coming months. Thanks for listening. If you're not subscribed to the show, please do. It would mean the world to us. It helps us climb the rankings. Now, if you go to iTunes and give us a 5-star rating, we'll automatically enter you into our contest where you get a chance to win an iPad or one-on-one coaching. This will go on for the first few months of the year, so we're going to be giving away iPads and one-on-one coaching as our way to say thank you for listening to the show. Now, you can visit us at BYOB Peptalk, that's BYOBPeptalk.com, for further instructions on how to leave a rating, a 5-star rating with iTunes. So the biggest compliment you can pay us, or you can pay me, is by sharing the show with someone that you think that could benefit from it. So please do. We greatly appreciate that. If you have a question, please feel free to leave it for us, and we'll see if we can answer it on the show. In the meantime, we hope you have a great